He was a real happy-go-lucky person. He did very well at school. He went on to university, had lots of friends.
There are only memories now. Greg was 21 when he took his own life in 2016. At the family home in Aberdeenshire, his dad reflected on whether it could have been prevented.
It took me many, many months to move away from self-blame. But I think, could he have been saved? I think possibly, if we both, or the whole family, including Greg himself, had been able to talk about suicide ideation, suicide tendencies, thinking about suicide, if we'd been able to have a more open conversation.
Liam, who's from Fife, attempted suicide after struggles with depression and anxiety.
As a result of that, I was hospitalised for a few months, and not long after being discharged from hospital, I made a second attempt, a little more determined. I was incredibly lucky to survive that one.
At any one time, up to 1 in 20 people are having suicidal thoughts. It's too soon to know what impact the pandemic and living with lockdown has had on the figures, but experts say it's now more important than ever to talk about this. And being able to talk is at the heart of the new campaign called United to Prevent Suicide.
Well, that actually is the point of saying that we all have a role to play, that together we can save lives if we talk about suicide. So let's do that. Let's talk suicide. And it means that any one of us is equipped to do it. So we can be the person who asks the question, are you feeling suicidal? Are you having suicidal thoughts when we see someone who's not right, who we either can see is in distress or we know isn't themselves?
For Sam, who lives in Edinburgh, a strict religious upbringing and coming to terms with her sexuality led to self-harm and considering suicide.
Had I seen somebody who was from a South Asian background, who was open about feelings of self-harm, suicide, as a result of being part of the LGBT plus community, that would have helped me a lot, because I would have thought, she's like me. There's somebody else out there who's like me.
When somebody takes their life, they can't talk about it afterwards. They're gone. Just hang on for a little bit longer. You never know. In a little while, life can change very quickly.
If out of everything you've been through, if one good thing could come from it, what do you think that might be?
That people would feel so comfortable about talking about suicide and opening up about suicide that they would be able to have those conversations. And I think if we get that culture, then I think we will save lives.